Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Deathmark. So, I went all around the bunker area and I think I've gotten everything. So, here we go. This is it. I'm a little nervous here, so bear with me here. It's a big iron box. I managed to open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside. They seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Hiru peers into the box beside me. So, was something in there? Well, my voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse, what birthed the spirit, there's nothing like that here. No, there's nothing here. What? What do you mean? Then what's in your hand? Hiru is right. It's not true that there's nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would have expected something like this, something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by talismans has enshrined. Western-style cushion? Hiru sighs, disappointed. Guess we're out of luck. No way this thing gave birth to a spirit. True. But the state of this room and the voices, something important was definitely sealed up in this place at one point. Yet there's nothing here. New info was added to the spirit file. Buddha statue at warehouse 2. Okay. Then the thing we're searching for, where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It is then that a now familiar pain flares up. The mark burns scarlet. It immediately is dyed a deep crimson. Death is only a few minutes away. Gah! What's going on? Is death closing in on us all of a sudden? No, it's... the spirit is here. Okay, what is it? Whoa! Oh my god! Run! This is it. A low sutra chant hum troubles the air. It feels like my whole body is numb. It may be because of that hum. Okay, gun with blanks. Cortella loses consciousness. Cortella shoots the gun with blanks. I grab the gun, but I can't control my hand. It turns the gun toward my head and fires. The blank explodes, my consciousness fades. There's a strong ringing in my ears and it's preventing me from hearing the sutra chant. Hiru is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness has faded. Nothing happens. Kanan Soldier yells, making my heart clench. Cortella was injured. Hiryu was injured. What else next? Let me see. I think it's, this and this. Kanan Soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. The soldier is wounded. The spirit turns solid again. Kanan Soldier yells, making my heart clench. Cortella was injured. Hiryu was injured. Oh God. Okay, Cortella shoots the Kanan Soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. The Kanan Soldier is wounded. Spirit turns solid again. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Rusted Army Sword and Kagura. Kanan Soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intangible. The spirit stops. I guess the attack finally worked. Out of nowhere, steps approach behind me. Whoa! A voice yells comically, and whoever it is puts their hand on my back, but I can't take my eyes off the spirit before me. Banshee, is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a large chisel with the grip stained in blood. This is... I found it in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse that we were searching for, the object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Kujo Mansion. Thanks! I'm going to use it! I grabbed the chisel and faced the spirit. This is it, guys. The chisel. And oh god. I don't think... Oh god. I'm gonna try to guess by my gut. I'm drawn to the right ear for some reason. I jabbed the chisel at its right ear. It stares at me dispassionately. Finally, it smiles and disappears. The statue stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Oh no, we still have ours. Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. Glad I made it in the nick of time. If my legs weren't in such good shape, it would have been over for us. Thanks for saving us, but you know, that was pretty reckless. I thought I said it's dangerous for a group of mark bearers to go somewhere unhaunted. Oh yeah, you did mention something like that when I was eating. Completely slipped my mind. Tell us, old man. What happened at the mansion? I'm not quite sure myself, but I'll tell you what I know. After you left, I wandered the place looking for something to eat. My mark hurt like hell right by a room. I slipped inside and found a bunch of chisels and things. Yeah, that's the place. You all remember this, right? He must mean that room I found. I was kinda out of it because of the mark at the point. But I noticed one of the chisels was glowing. All weird. But I noticed one of the chisels was glowing all weird and with a dark light. I knew right away that it was hiding some awesome spiritual power. But what made you decide that you had to bring the chisel here? You seem sure it'd be effective against the Canaan soldier. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of a lady, sorta. It said to bring the chisel to you, and that's when it hit me. It was what I've been looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car? The heart of the curse that created the spirit? Exactly that. So I hoofed it over to give it to you. When I looked through that room before, Yasoka said that the Kujo family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that the chisel was used to create the statue that became the Canaan soldier. I don't know what that voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that's guided me before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while.
And that's what happened. So we head back to the mansion then, Cartella? For one, I'm hungry. But I bet time is for me too. I left without saying a word after all.
Yeah. Searching for documents on the mark. Carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue falling to the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. Fine. In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay.
Hey now, this is my home. Can't have you rooting around here.
That's just you saying that. You don't illegally live here. I'll bring you food, so stop complaining.
Much obliged. That old man's back and he's nuttier than ever.
We returned to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. We climb up out of the manhole in and now South Alley. Diamond runs up to us, drenched in sweat. He looks even worse than usual. He probably should have run.
I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint out of the mansion? My mark is gone now, too. What in the world happened? I had something to give to Cartella. Isn't that right, Hiro?
I guess. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time.
I'm not sure I follow, but it seems he really helped you out.
Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, we are splitting ways here. Our marks are gone now.
Cartella still has his, though.
This always happens. I'm used to it. But now, I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the statues stolen from each shrines are.
I'm lost, but I'm glad for you.
It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure the rest out by myself. You should all return to your regular lives.
You're saying we should split up then?
You sure you'll be okay? Something will work out eventually. Besides, this is Sayakujo's dying wish. I want to respect it. Huh? Well, thanks. I'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. Good to hear your research is exciting. Excuse me, I need a sip. But don't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Miss Zoo. Like I do that? It's not even funny, by the way. Oh yeah, Mr. Cartella, whenever you want to get those statues, I'll help out. Until then, see ya.
I'll be off as well. Honestly, all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely staying upright.
Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home, please.
Hey, Cortella. One day I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter, for the sake of the wandering souls without proper burial. I'd like if you helped with it. See you around.
Okay, so he's gonna publish a paper about the underground bunker. But we're not gonna mention any of the Ganon soul of a soldier.
Guess I'll go too.
You're not returning to the shelter, are you?
I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there's plenty other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle.
Stay nutty, my friend. Stay nutty as always. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I'd call that a smart move.
Comes with the living this kind of life. I'll bunker down in a park or under a bridge until things calm down. See you, Cartella. Bring more food next time, yeah?
You got it. You got it. The former mark bearers have all left. I should probably head to the mansion myself. I've got to decide what to do next. What happened? I hear a voice calling from behind me. I turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road, staring intently at me. What's wrong?
I remember now.
His eyes are wide as saucers.
I forgot because of the mark, but I've met you before.
What? What do you mean?
Well, let me think.
He scratches his chin. I know these memories are probably all a mess, having just gotten them back, but I don't have time to wait for him.
Yes. We first met 5 years ago, and then again 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning.
Excuse me. I first arrived at Kujo Mansion 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories? I need to know, who in the world am I?
I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name, and you didn't give it.
Then tell me what you do know. Tell me about myself, please.
Okay. I owe you for the food, so ask.
What should I ask about?
You showed up at the shelter. Wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha project and gave me food. Actually, you were more focused on the Kuja family than the Ganon soldier.
Why did we talk about them?
The head of that time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual power, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family's prized sacred treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit.
Do you know what exactly the army got?
Yeah, the shelter had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddha statues, cursed objects, and the holy talismans. They were all returned to the family.
Which means they're all in the mansion now.
You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you next 10 days ago.
Next is...
I just seen the cadet soldier and you can bet I booked it out of the manhole. I ran into you on the street. And you treat me to food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way.
Genji's talking about the person I was before. I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You mentioned you've seen overseas. You only come back recently, about a month ago? And that's when I learned of the mark you told me about it. It slipped my mind until just now. By that time, it was my right arm.
Yeah, it had the mark. You were acting all odd though. You'd go to remember something, then stumble over the words.
The curse was probably in the late stages. In fact, I'd completely forgotten my name and passed a few hours after that.
By the by, I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee Ito is of much nobler character than regular folk. That's why I led a detached life away from the world's vulgarities.
What are you trying to say?
I could be crazy desperate, but I never shame my dear departed mom or divine providence. You understand?
No, you lost me. Alright, I'm gonna continue on in the next segment, so Blessed Be, show some support. I love you guys. Bye! And good night.